Morning. Question Friday. Atabaku mulungi. Ayagala sente. Good morning, people. It's a Question Friday. And of course, for me, my question is, has any of you had understood what IFRS is? Me, I can try to explain to you what I understand by IFRS because I've used IFRS before. But I first want to understand if any of you guys have understood IFRS. And I probably want to make you understand that the problem with traders is not actually an IFRS thing. The traders don't have a problem with IFRS. The traders have a problem with other things. And if I've listened to the dialogue, to the exchange properly, then I can also point out a few things. And if there is someone who is actually a trader here, you can try and explain to us what's going on with you guys. Boys, see you. Oh, sorry. Bashir Mukalazi, good morning. Moyombia Mark Dogmeister. Augustine Blues, good morning. Representing Team Nadia. Nadia, good morning, Hasmat. Hey, Bana Imnansonyu. Sometimes the boss again and quarter katiwan. Urokubamba sidi sanga ngantandika broadcast. Nebacha agara kunsi. Arthur, that embos is someone who was scammed by a car importer, Uganda or Uganda. Which one was it that I watched? In a so can some comment is number one. Good morning. Does the RAV4 1.8cc have the same fuel consumption as a Primo 1.8cc? Lidako. The RAV4 1.8cc oyogera kuya EFI obe ya VVTI. Because if you find a RAV4 1.8 liters and it's VVTI, it will definitely have the same engine with a 1.8cc Primo. Which saying that they'll have the same engine. You see, this is what I think auto manufacturers try to do. Is if they create a 1.5 liter engine, for example, in the span of like 10 years, they create a 1.5 liter engine. So all cars that will need a 1.5 liter engine will take that engine. Which take it. For example, the 1.5 liter engine that is in a Paso Sete is the one that is in a Rush, is the one that is in Morokachawi, that is in a 1.5 liter. Or take a double Daihatsu, which take it. Then the cars that have a 1NZ all have the 1NZ. And then some of those cars that have Daihatsu engines were Daihatsu cars. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like the Rush was the Terrio Skid. The Rush was the Terrio Skid. And the Terrio Skid was a Daihatsu. The Terrio Skid was a Daihatsu. It was not a Toyota. But then Toyota bought Daihatsu. And then it had to rebrand the cars they had. And that's how they continue making. Of course, because when Toyota took over, you see the way Toyota took over Subaru, the quality of engineering improved. The same thing happened when they took over Daihatsu. The quality of engineering improved. That's why you see that so the 1.8 liters engine, if it's the same engine with the engine in the Primo, they'll give you literally the same consumption. The difference will be probably the one thing that you guys haven't gotten. The tire size increases fuel consumption by a percentage. So the big tire size of the RAV4 will increase the consumption because now the engine has to move the car more times for the car to move around the tire. The circumference, I think that's what they call it. But now in the science, so so the circumference of the tire, the number of times the engine has to drive the car to move around the circumference are more than what it has to do if it's in the primo. Then ekirala ky'olina okumanya, the RAV4 body is a little heavier than the primo body, so even the weight here yongeramu. Number 3, the RAV4 has a diff behind. You might have differential because the RAV4 is a 4-wheel drive car. Eyongeramu weight nayo okitegeera, which makes it a little more heavier. And yes, the consumption ejja kweyongeramu. So if the primo, for example, is giving you 10 kilometers per liter, the RAV4 may end up giving you 9 or 8.5 or even 8. The difference is normally negligible. Bobanga oina income eyingire sobola emmotoka. One thing I've realized, twemenyera bwerere, nze avuga Lactis n'oli avuga Kawundo, difference in consumption is like 3 kilometers per liter. Okitegeera ogenda okukigattagattamu nga fenna tuba tuyita. Hanaba Joshua, Nsanji Phone Solutions. Good morning. Africa Carota, Nick Wabui, yeah, Mukenya Abi, Mutumba Pade, Namanda Babra, Mukalazi Bashir. The disadvantages of raising your car. I don't, guys. Namukade najivuga oba kumpi mwaka mulamba nga mazoji wanikangiringa Land Cruiser. The only disadvantage will come for the reckless drivers. That if you take a sharp corner recklessly, emotoka ejja ku overturninga. But that can also happen. That can also happen to a car you have not raised. Without taking a sharp corner recklessly, still emotoka ejja gifuula. So it's not about you raising the car. However, raising the car has a lot of advantages. With the flooding we have in Uganda, when I was driving mine Namukade, I would go through the floods like I'm a Land Cruiser. Then warone kube namakuba galimu ebiyinja yinja. Chovula bono mwana bwe yakuba emotoka yange n'agikuba cranks. I was surprised. Abana bonoona. Okitegeera, I was really surprised. Like I've driven for 14 years. Saka banyumiza. Omwana yakuba cranks ya yingi. N'ajabya. I've driven for 14 years now. Sikubangako cranks ya engine. That must be either poor driving oba anywamu ku mwenge nga simanyi na kumanya. But I've never hit the cranks of an engine. Nekebe ya gearboxes sijikonanga ko nebisere bye navuga Benz atenga jukira Benz, it's very delicate down there. I did not. Newe navuga Golf 4, I did not. Newe navuga Kapolo, I did not. Atenga ezamoroka za Germany was very delicate. But umwana yakuba cranks ya Corolla yange. Yeah, of course bagikola. Ekirungi bwe yagikonda yagikubira kumpi ne garage. Kitegeera. But I don't see the disadvantage. Still have a disadvantage ya kuwanika motoka. That's the fact. Sinagiraba bwoba ovuga bulungi sinagiraba. Okujja konti, it makes it stand out. Corolla yange bwe parking ali mu parking yaffe. Ogiraba nti Corolla yiyo. Ogiraba nti Corolla yiyo. I cannot wait to restore that car. Omwana bwali gikowa n'agiziriza nga ngi nga buli kimu interior yonna nga mpya. Nga tugiwa amataala nga bajja amatama bampa nga tweyagala nga ngiterawo batabani bange bagamba emmotoka gye nali nvuga nga mukyali batoto. Abdurrahim Kasita, good morning. Sorry about the floods. Nemwe bannange amataba ge Dubai nga gagize nga gayitira lwaki government terekeraawo ebyo ebintu byegezako ku experimenting enkuba tebamaze. Good morning Central Forex Command. Kaiwa Benjamin, good morning. Matembe Abdul Nasser, for the law earners at Cheyo, do you think it's better to buy a plot or collect money for capital first? Abdul Nasser, I don't know if I'm qualified to advise anyone on that, but I think as long as I make a disclaimer that this is what I think, right? For the guys that are on Cheyo, it depends on why you went for Cheyo. If you went to Cheyo for Cheyo to collect capital, then collect capital. If you went to Cheyo to buy a plot and build a house, then don't come from Cheyo until you have fulfilled your goals. You get? Me, I found that as long as you set a goal, no gamba chino chenjagalo kora. Yeah? Chino chenjagalo kora. Don't derail. Tochivako. Because you see the guys that have capital in Kampala are now striking. And by the way, guys, temuzanyisa URA. So boboli kucheyo nga tebannagoba ngomulimu gwo gukyali gucha kuwa sente tomala gavaayo in Kampala gyoyagala okujja okukola business. People are struggling, by the way. Businesses are struggling a lot. Businesses are struggling. But anyway, Abdul Nasser, to answer you, I believe that someone should, whether you're a low income earner or a high income earner, I believe that someone should stick to their goals. Nobody knows why you went for chair. You need to I remember when I was still young, I would tell God, if you give me this, I'll pay tithe. If you give me this, I'll pay tithe. And then of course some things he did not give me. And then the thing, sometimes it's weird that I started figuring out that if I don't pray, things happen because I put in the work. And I realized that, what if God had given you that thing? Let's say God gave you a deal of 100 million. Would you give him a 10 million tithe? And where would you put the tithe? Because then I realized never about what tithe here. And then I read about tithe where literally it's tithe is you doing what you love. I'll get that verse for you guys. Tithe is not you taking the money to church. Tithe is you doing the things you love for yourself. Tithe is like you giving yourself. Well, also maybe to a tithe is confused. But anyway, going back to Abdul Nasser's question, for a low income earner, should they first collect capital or what do you guys think? Zendoza omuti naina bobogenda kucheyo nebintu byewegamba ngova wano nogamba nva wano njagala kuva kucheyo nga nzimbye nva wano njagala kuva kucheyo nga nyina capital. Stick to your goal. Don't change for anything. I'm telling you, I find that the people that have their goals never sticking away, however hard they are, they win. Which they win because gwamanye ensonga lwaki okola kyokola. Kati bw'onookivako because another person did whatever, oyinza okufiirwa. Because if you want to buy land and build a house, ate nomana nokusalawo ti kankunganye capital nzire Kampala nkole, what if you come to Kampala and things don't work out? Kati trip ejja kuba yakusajja bwereere. Ralph Vanguard yinjiriza ezimu. Yes. Of course waliwo Vanguard zinyamna yingine ezisinga ziri bina. Yeah. Obaji bayita batya me engine codes zikyannemye okukwata sizimanyi. Good morning Wamanya Gaddafi, Tricia Priska, good dipping coffee. Max Suna, good morning. Arthur, any thoughts about the Toyota Raktis? I'm planning to buy it as my first car. You buy the Raktis, has no problem. I just don't like the CVT gearbox. It's annoying. Arthur, Munange always watch out for sino trucks on the road. The roads are so terrible. And they say, my guys, I keep my eyes out. Is it okay for a starter to opt for IST? Yeah, IST has no problem. Chris Da Vinci, good morning. Pade Agama, Arthur, I saw the video of the Mark-X and Subaru. I want you also do a review on mine. Oh, Kari, ngenda chikolako. Andrew Elupe, good morning. Planning to buy a car next year, December. Which one is around 20? Next year, let's wait for next year. If you're planning to buy a car next year, the prices next year are not the same as this year. The prices will have changed a lot. Katulabe yemoroka yaba jitune million in sanvu mu bond yeyo tuli maso. Next year jakuba yata. Okitegera. So prices are going to change a lot next year. The cars that will be in the bond next year are not the cars that are in the bond this year. Because the cars that were in the bond last year are not the cars in the bond this year. So if you're planning to buy next year, let's wait for next year. And then let's talk about the car you want to buy in January 2025. Right now, just chill, look at how the market is doing, look at how prices fluctuate, look at the taxes, and of course follow what the traders are saying. Visitor avuga ebyekigwagwa ndoza muvire omanyinzi sagala bizibu kamulika agende mu eri line mugenda mulaba wa visitor avuga byakigwagwa simutegeera ayambadde sunglasses ku macha kuno omulaba abantu we batyo bagenda mpola avuga bumper to bumper. And by the way guys, that speeding thing, the over speeding that you guys do sometimes, China chiyamba. Nzo msajja wa maje, I talked about that guy on TikTok. Wana mwogerako ne wano yampisize ematuga. Ng'avuga Moroka Minister of Defense. Ne musanga Kagoma. Nga muli mabega. Nenga yampisiza nampisa ne Moroka nga 10 n'agenda. Nenda musanga Kagoma. Nga muli mabega. Kane ngamba yabadde adduka. Yali atomedde forward. You get sometimes you know and we are saving time. You're not actually saving time. It's easy. It's easier for you to just plan your day and yeah, and just drive. Don't drive aggressively. Kati olaba, let me give you an example. Olaba oyo muyayi nga bw'abadde atuyisa wali. Kati wano wali wetulye wali gap wayina okuddukira. Seeri wabadde emmotoka ennyingi. Okitegeera gwe buli otuuka ewantu nga wakalukalu, that's the place where you're supposed to go first. You don't pretend to be going first in traffic jam. Because mu traffic jam nze nalaba mu traffic jam mulimu ebizibu bingi. Okitegeera but kati wano ewantu ewakalu wano senga yayiseemu dda ze ebiseera bye naddukanga emmotoka. Wano olina okuyitiramu naye kati mu jam bw'oyisa bodde eno bw'oyisa bodde eri it could bring you problems. Yeah, but that's for the driving when you're in Kampala. That's when you're driving in Kampala. So I'm going to read your comments, guys. Continue asking the question. It's Question Friday. Dubai Arabian Nkuba Ronald Muchwa. King Daniels, good morning. Stanley, good morning. Thank you for reminding them, guys. Like the broadcast. You guys are 40. Give me 40 likes. Give me 40 likes. Now you're 43. Give me 43 likes. Give me 43 likes, guys. Bana kajamu katukute kumachate ri jamu ndozo chirabi. Ebyo bintu byokuvuga nga agenda okusooka yo Katonda gy'olaga. Like the broadcast, guys. Like the broadcast. Ata, why don't you accept self to me namukadde yagali baba namukadde Bashiri ojiro omuleka namukadde ojiro omuleka. You see that the issue with Namukade is not me selling it. That would be no issue. For me now, the issue would be emoroka jenzi zawo ngenda jijja wa mu sente ezo. Okitegeera kade ekiriwolti is I do inspections for people. And for me to get a car that is as good as the Namukade, I have to spend 15 million. Kati ze bwenjiguza 10, nyina okunoonya 5 zengattako. Okitegeera okufuna obulungi bweyo. Ate, I've realized that majority of people obulungi bw'emmotoka babalira wano ku lususu ne babulabira ku namba. For me, the goodness of a car is beyond that. Okitegeera, the goodness of a car is beyond that. RAV4 engine etula mu Vanguard bweba engine yemu etulamu. Okitegeera. Sebo other me, I'm still waiting for the Toyota Prius. Sinaraba muntu ampa Prius, by the way. I think plot first, then building, then the business last. Thank you, Deep in Coffee. Guys, Abduna Sabuziza nkuba kyeyonga mufuna mpola. Asoke kuzimba kugula ploti oba asoke kola capital jakole business. Good morning, bro. Talk about Isuzu Elf tipper. Is it good business over Kanta tipper ya singa? Bangamba Kanta is much more powerful ne Elf Wangala. Okitegedde Hassan, I think that's the basis. Elf Wangala Kanta ya amaanyi. You get Elf Wangala era ne bogena mbyalo yale gye tubeera the Elf ze zisingayo lwansonga zikaddiwanga weeziri. Okitegera ate Kanta ziggwawo mangu. So it depends on what you want to use the car for. Bw'oba oyagala kibuli, you buy the Kanta. Bw'oba oyagala buwangazi, you buy the Elf. Okitegeera. This is information that I have gotten from people. I probably have another interview where I have like 2 guys that are doing the same business. Boba to what they think, and then probably get someone that drives the Kanta and another that drives the Elf, and then they'll be telling us why they chose what they chose. I think that will help us a lot. Other likes into only 15 likes. Guys, like the broadcast banange. Toina chofirwa bo likinga. Like the broadcast. Soko jawo comment ezo ka like button kagenda kunja. After briefly talk about the CVT disadvantages. Juko, I don't think the CVT actually has any disadvantage apart from the fact that the CVT does what it wants. When you're driving a car that has CVT, you don't matter. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. You don't matter. The CVT gearbox decides what it wants to do. Katoraba oyinzo bango oli nyorusozi automatic gearbox wajiri nyanga n'ekima gear. Ne CVT ekima na iwe bate yagala techima. And I tell you, there are people that change their gearboxes. The gearboxes are we see what the CVT gearbox will make you think there is a problem with it. There is no problem. Once again, the CVT gearbox just likes soft driving. Bobo yagala ekime gear ojiwa mpola nejichima. CVT you know how you use to accelerate with automatics. CVT doesn't work like that. Me, I find that that's the only disadvantage. It's discomforting. Sometimes it makes you worried. And I also find that, you know how they have been telling us that the CVT is supposed to save fuel. It doesn't. CVT doesn't actually save fuel. Me, I want to believe that CVT is one way for the automakers to save money. The automakers decided to make CVT because it's cheaper for them. And maybe even the regulations they have as automakers maybe make gearboxes that seem to me. I have found that the CVT doesn't actually save fuel. It doesn't. I've driven I think I've driven 3 cars that have CVT, and then I drove an automatic Vitz RS. I did not see a difference in fuel. So me, I find that CVT is overrated. It's overrated. It's overrated. Right now I drive a CVT and I can tell you that an automatic would give you more peace. I'm telling you. But of course now we have no choice. Every car is literally going to have a CVT in the next 1 year. Automatics all of us have CVT. I'm telling you. So we have nothing to do. We just have to learn how to drive CVT. Good morning, Martha Academy. Kato Jibiri Twaha. Chigozi Stanley. Hassan, that business of tipper, both Elpa and Isuzu, forward it's better. Bobo genda kutipinga. Because forward is bigger. Na ye Stanley amazima gali nti erefuzi wangala. Erefuzi wangala. I don't know what ingredient is in the Isuzu Elf, but erefuzi wangala mukama katonda yaziwa. Guys, muri abantu 5 muba na nenga tulina likes 25 mu liking nange kansoke nsirikemu. You guys first like. Mumanyi lero kangene mbayise mu kibuga wakati. broadcast tugende maaso. Guys, like the broadcast. You're 52 now. Like the broadcast. Kaya tuweze like sa makumi ngana au tugende maso ndio kenzilemu ebibuzo. It's JK after Toyota Rush Kruger Vanguard of Field and new model chigwerawa mulowooza tekigwereddemu Kruger bw'oli mu mpya ddala waliwo Kruger eno empya enyirire esinga ne kawundo obulungi Kruger empya nyina bwe nalabye nga ne butu ya pesa maaso wali so if you're comparing those things me I would go with the Kruger tugende ne Kruger ndowooza tugende ne Kruger lero katuyite mu kibuga wakati kuba mbadde sijjukira ntwayitugiyeko ku broadcasting nga tuyite eno lero katuyiteyo tuddewa katugende ne bana abasajja ba taxi kuba nkimanyi nabo bayitamu enkuba eringa egenda okutonnya. Guys, like the broadcast bannange muli abantu 50. First take away the comments crossing zivewo like button again nakuja. Arthur, you once talked about hosting someone who would talk about treasury bills and bonds. Yes, I'm working on that, JK. Ngenda muleta. I thought V-Power has nothing different from normal fuel, but it's different. An engine made for higher octane requires V-Power to perform efficient. And that's if the engine is made for that. But majority of the cars we have on Ugandan roads are not made for high octane fuels. It's not. So kati bokwata VTs nogiteekamu V-Power oba oyonoona ssente. V-Power talina kyagenda kukolera kyamagezi talina. STS Sounds Entertainment, good morning. Oba Enterprise naye tekwa kuba entertainment. Good morning, bro. You have not been recommending Primo old model, more especially super versions. I have no problem with them. I just find that baziseera for nothing because Primo super jasanga bagitule milioni 14 15. At 14-15 you can get a new model something which take it, right? So me, I just find that the super is overpriced. That's why I rarely talk about it. But if you want to buy it, no problem. Ugura kuba teina buzibu. Ate super abantu abazivuga, they drive them very well. So the super would definitely do. And it's, in a way, it's a little bit different from the Primo Ordinary. It's a little different. Good morning, King Daniel Zagambi. Let me first tell us target for going abroad, or let him look for me. I will advise him on that because I've tried both of them. Okay, Daniels, tuwe Daniels, tubulire wano buli omu ayige. Most of us prefer automatic to CVT spend. I don't like CVT. I don't. It's CVT is not even giving us. I wish it gave us the fuel efficiency they claim it gives. It doesn't. It doesn't do anything. I think the one thing that will give you efficiency would probably be the engine type. The engine type can give you efficiency, but the gearbox gives it's an illusion of fuel efficiency. especially when you look at the roads oyinza okwesanga maybe it should be giving you the fuel efficiency naye nga bw'otunula ku nguudo zaffe ez'Ekampala enguudo zaffe nga zitulemesa eba yakapiikinga etandika okuwa efficiency y'amafuta n'ogwa mu kinnya n'oba nga ate olina kugizza mabega oba wakajja n'olinnya olusozi oba wakalulinnya n'okkirira oba wakagira omusirikale n'abayimiriza. There is a lot of things that probably even affect it, but for me, Arthur, it has no problem. It's just discomforting and it doesn't give the efficiency it's meant to give. In a way, I'm thinking about automakers, and Ebagamba, and saving a cent. Because when you look at it, the CVT is lighter, the CVT has less components, so definitely it must be something that the manufacturers gain from. They gain more than the buyers themselves. Batamanye no Jinja Road, that is Victoria University. Kano kagundi bakaita batya jeki gwamanye ekibuga kano ka square kana akali wano kuleero bakaita bati iwaberanga abatembe bakaita batya ku kasikagundi. This is where you guys used to go to Amnesia to have fun. Amnesia lyao wansao on the left, wagulu on the right abambuka bagenda ku parliament. Kati Amnesia yalinga awo wansaawo nga ku kizimbe kya bbulu awo kizimbe kya Sudiru kiri awo kiri makkati. Amnesia we yabeeranga, but who would have known that Amnesia liggalawo ate neggalawo nga bagamba tebakola bulungi. And they even got out of the bar business, by the way. Basooka ne bakola yaawe ebbaala awo kumakindi awo ne bamaani babiviiramu ddala. Kitegeera ne bamaani babiviiramu ddala. Yeah, so now we are entering, I think, Kampala Road. Kampala Road will be tandikira wa bannange, but I think we are entering Kampala Road because this is Uganda House. Wano we wali ekizimbe kyakwata omuliro, ebbaala yakwata omuliro. Iya wali ebibaati bya bbulu. Mujijjukira gye baayogerako sima baali bagiyita batya? Awo. Ebibaati ebyo biri we waakwata omuliro. Then this is the former UCB, gye bayita Cham Towers. It's a shopping mall. Jabarambuza mwe mmanyi mulimpa. Aristoke eri wano manyize buli wenkubayo kidiiru kyange nzija nengulayo ku bitabo byange Aristoke ebimu sibisoma na bisoma olina okuba ssebo ne library wakeekanga abagenyi. Professor ate wuuyo kati ndamaze okulaba ebintu byange bino byensoma ebya marketing, next yange ndaba nyina masters. Ndaba nyina masters mu marketing nga sizanyirwako awo malofuna masters mu marketing awo ngene ntandika okukola PhD kitegeeza 2027 awo nja kuba doctor. Spare wa Japan n'omupya ali wasinga. Japan abeera better because omupya, there's something about new spare parts that doesn't I think the new spare parts are just not durable. Si mubi netally as durable as kati waliwo ebintu ebimu nga mbipya kikola naye nga nembipya mulimu grade. But I think the problem with Ugandan traders, they are the best grade. They bring the second class or third class of the spares they bring. Why? They're trying to be affordable. They're trying to make as much money as they can off of the products. Kati wagende China, oba bamuita oyo spare, bamuita Japan, bamuita chi, wherever they go, then nebagula spare yoyo. Bababuuza class ABC yagula sigwatuleetera. So I find that that's the problem actually. The problem is not that new spare parts are bad. Kuba bazungu bonna bakozesa new spare parts and they still the new spare parts work. For example, nyina shoko ze nagula empya nazigula mbayindi bange zikyalimu mu Corolla zikyakola wabula emabega kawo baziranga abayindi balina shoko ze mabega makanika ne mukiza atufungire shoko ewa Kiseka zakola weeks 3. I'm telling you the fact. Zakola weeks 3 neziyiika. So nga ate zize nagula erimba mbayindi bange zigenda kuweza kati zinatera okuweza emyaka ebi osegeera. So I find that ne grade abantu gye baleeta, and the thing with the Indians is that they have a brand to protect. Nti bo bajja ba marketing a brand ya products zaabwe, so they want, so the brand is good. So waliwo ebintu ebimu ebyetaaga okugula bikadde then n'ogula bipya. Kati if you're going to buy, for example, like master cylinders, those you should buy used, Japan used. If you're going to buy a servo sinalabayo omuntu agula savo nga mpya n'afuna mirembe okitegeera savo obviously drums ezo drums ez'emabegeza breaks waliwo ebintu ebimu ng'olina kugula bikadde nga bw'ogula ekipya like now there is no reason to buy an old radio for your car. Buy a new radio. If you build another China, but the radio is standard, it's standard quality. What else can I say? Amatamage motoka. Agotegali yama pia kati, for example, bwebatomera ngo ovuga vitizio ne bagitomera etame pya teririyo libali ya Japan motoka zebatemage matama gogendo okitegeera. So kati waliwo n'ebimu nga mbipya tebiriyo. But I found that overall, it depends on what class the trader brought. Maduka gachali magali. Garaba. Gachali magali. As I asked my question, guys, what is IFRIS to you guys? Zenange ndio came by what I understand from by IFRIS, because I've ever used IFRIS for one of the projects we did, and they were asking for twalinga to what the IFRIS e-receipt. Invoice, because we used to give them the IFRIS thing before they paid us, which again, something I never really understood. I think it's one way for them to confirm that they are working with people that pay taxes, which again, there's only projecting that means to agaba IFRIS. I think there were two projects to agaba IFRIS, but I think it's just them trying to figure out abantu betukola nabo bano basa solo, which again. Yeah, and in the end, yeah, what let me just wait for you guys to tell me because I think the problem for Kampala right now is not the IFRIS receipt. The problem for Kampala is something different, something I can share, because in the Nawayo IFRIS receipt, yeah, you can see the VAT. CVT is not the way to go. We have no option. It's the way to go. It's the best option. CVT is not the best option. It's not the best. Automatic was still okay. Automatic gearboxes are not delicate. Automatic gearboxes are not delicate. Automatic gearboxes have power. Automatic ina amanyi okusinga CVT. That I can tell you. Because I've driven both. Automatic cars have more power than CVT cars. That I tell you. Never peak. The automatic car has a better peak when you're, for example, when you're starting the car, starting to accelerate. The automatic car will give you much more power, will give you faster acceleration than the CVT. I don't like CVT, but of course we have no option. All cars of the future are going to have CVT gearboxes because that's the new trend. CVT, because even CVT is a new version of automatic, so it's the new way to go. But I'll see what to do. So guys, you can ask your questions. I'm going to answer what I can. Maybe there are Joshua science. Zangu manyi boyina okukiddamu naye nga onoonya olulimi lw'okozesa okukiddamu nga olulimi nga luganye nga the language is not languaging okitegeera. Yeah, so I'm going to read the comments. Kamalofuna no parking mpola. Kantekeko wano baba. Funza muko wano kati. Kale kansobe byembadde sinasoma ate mbasiibule ebirala tubiraba olunaku lw'enkya. Okay. Is anything stopping me from installing a siren in a black SUV and driving with impunity? Yes, bajja kukwata. It's not, you're not supposed to do that. It's for security operatives, for security vehicles. Bashiri agamba Isuzu elf za mirundi ebiri mulimu ttaala nnya ne ttaala era zombi zigira mu mutwe munene na mutwe mutono. Bashiri, malayo emboozi Bashiri. Nze kinnemye ndi simu 10 sikutegedde Eric Kisitu. What could be your recommendations of a compact cars for a person who drives highways twice a week? What do you mean compact? Any car can do. Any car can do. If you can get a 1.3 liter and above, it will do you good. You get like a Vitz 1.3, get an IST 1.3, because that gives you a little more power at almost the same consumption as a 1 liter. Stanley, it's been a long time without seeing how Ginger Road looks like. Good morning. Thank you for always sharing wisdom. I do appreciate your efforts. Allow me invite your gentlemen for Men Gather season 7 at Colorado Independence Ground. Muwulidde Godwin abayise. Andrew Elupe, how much is a Kluger new model by next year? Will the price come down? And the reason why the prices are not going to come down is that every year they bring a newer model of the car, and every year the newer model is much more expensive than the older model. So the prices, don't expect the prices to actually go down. For example, I'll give you an example. The Wish old model is the same price as the Wish new model in the Bond. So the prices are not going to go down. So don't hold off buying your car because you think the prices are going to go down. Football Tribe, good morning. Arthur, ISIS and Wish old model, do they have the same engine power? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Morning, everyone here. How much can I get a Mark X used? Better than me on 15. Augustine Blues. Ngenda kukolako. Derek Lule. Good morning. Ronald M. Cassandra VIP. Good morning. Amnesia at 90 degrees na eba nange business in Uganda simmere kulya. Chogola omuntu ngo ina akasente ko. Bwoba oyina option okuzimba nokola business soko ozimbe omanye nti insecure nze wembeera amazima Uganda wano. Oli ogogamba olingene business ng'okimanyi nti yodda wali secured. Nze mbabuulira. Good morning, Arthur. Talk about taking wrong fuel. People say take V-Power so that the engine gets back to normal. Why are you taking the wrong fuel in the first place? V-Power is a powerful breed of fuel. So bonywa mafuta katugeze onyoda mafuta ka petrol station ya akabiye yozamu ne V-Power. However, I find nze nanywako full tank ya V-Power, I even got worse mileage than I get in the normal fuel save. Amina starch. Katutekemu esala. Solomon Namuli obuze nnyo. Norman Karuhanga, good morning. Abdul Nasa. Enamba ya Abdul Nasa ndabika njina. Eya starch je sirina ndowooza. Kisa Mashadra, good morning. Mark W. Arthur, could you share the number of your door repair guy? You WhatsApp me. It's the wrong system. The wrong system ever created. Good morning, Arthur. Watching you from Kenya. I wish I understood Ugandan language. You provide great content for us who want to purchase vehicles from Uganda. It's a three clamor. Stanley, IFRIS to me is the right way to go, although not in the situation of Ugandan businesses. By its essence, the government wants to monitor all taxes made on the sales, be it in small shops. Yes. Arthur, Tolly mechanic, na ye, when do we change oxygen sensors and plugs? You don't change plugs and oxygen sensors unless they are faulty. You don't change oxygen sensors unless they are faulty. I've driven cars that I had never changed oxygen sensors. Oxygen sensor zilinde efe. Plugs nazo zilinde zikoleche. Ne plugs zilinde zife. Tomalaga chusa plugs. Like if I bought plugs from Toyota, they would tell you should drive on those plugs for 2 years. before changing. Okitegeera. And in 2 years kati nze moroka jije nalimbuza emyaka ebiri ng'ogyeko Corolla. Okitegeera tiwali kulwa emoroka gye nkyasinza okulwa nayo ndowooza. So okay, was scammed by a car importer. Munange, the guy did not, I remember now, the guy did not turn up. The guy did not turn up. Hopefully we can get a story similar to that again. Do you have any idea on Zeno? What's that? Arthur, what's your take on RAV4? Good car, you buy. Arthur, is there a Vista a day with 1.5 liter? No, it's not there. At 20 million, can we get an IST new model? Yes. Just don't be picky about number plates, but you can get it. Na Isuzu talanya ikanikeka. Talanya eri akasoso okusinga Isuzu Chitala. Ate Chitala edduka mu kumuswete. Egonda steering naye etera okukaluba omuliro. Muwulidde bannange abaagala erefu malayo emboozi Bashiri ninze gwe kansiibule. Gwe gwe ninze omaleyo nsiibule. Olunaku lwa leero lwange luzibuzibu. So njagala basiibula mangumu. Bashiri Mukalazi Muyombya Mark Dogmeister Augustine Blues Samat Dogmeister Ndayamba J Julius Tusime Eddie Derek Fisher Antonio Random Things tumulabye Joshua Mugalasi Joshua Mixed Farm na esi mulabye Nsanji Phone Solutions Bojunansi Michael Kutosi Nicholas Africa Karota Nikwaboyi Kavuma Farouk Bukenya Abi Mutumba Padi Namanda Babra Mukalazi Bashir Kaiwa Benjamin Central Forex Command Nuamanya Gaddafi Tisia Priska Deep in Coffee Max Suna Chris Da Vinci Andrew Elupe Ronald Muchwa Chigozi Stanley Habat Sab Juko Nicholas Kato Jibiri Twaha Matha Academy na Mamukono Seith Kagaba JK Mark W STS Sound Entertainment Jonah Amanya Matembe Abdul Nasa Jovan Mugume Nakumaze Baba Benjamin B Eric Chisitu Kamuka Magodwin Andrew Elupe Football Tribe Derek Lule Ronald M Kasendwa Nsereko Starch Solomon Namuli Norman Karuhanga Kitha Mashadrak Cethric Lama. Yes. Muroza Sibamaze Brian Wanyama Karemire Gordon Katamba Isaac Katende. How can I make my car smell good? Wash it every day. I can tell you, wash the car every day. Some of the things that make the car smell bad is the soil. Editake riva kungato. But when neligwa mu motoka, jukira every soil particle has had exposure from different bacteria. Erio. So clean your car every day. That's one of the reasons why I bought the vacuum cleaner. The vacuum cleaner will help you take out the dust that maybe kutoka. Clean the car every day, but also drive your car with windows up whenever you can. Keep your windows up whenever you can. Because moto. Right? So motoka. And then you can buy air fresheners. But before the air fresheners come, make sure the car is actually fresh. Matembe tochigeza with online things of Uganda, mostly with expensive assets like land. Kale bana guys, nze kamba sibule kangende onakulwa lero luzibu nyonyo n'olweggulu. Mwe bagay okusoma kw'ekikulu kumenya. Natuse waka sawa mukaaga. Natuse waka sawa mukaaga. Ninebaka ku 7 ku 11 mbadde nzuukuka. And me, I'm not a night person. Ekironzi njagala nebaka. Mba njagala nebaka sawa nga 3 nya nengwawo. Oshegera naye kirabika for a very long time from now on ngenda kubanga nebaka 7 okitegeera. But of course some days neumuza. Nuwa 2008 fuel consumption both city and highway. In the city it'll probably give you 8 kilometers. That's from I've talked to like 4 people that told me in the city it will probably give you 8 kilometers. It can go up to 10, which is very good. And then on the highway, it can go up to 18. Sometimes 20. Depending on echigere cho chizito wachitia. Ochitegera. Online land brokers. Abdul Nasser. Let me tell you something about brokers. oba online oba offline, those guys are not your friends. Oba baseka oba tebaseka, they are not your friends. Oba bali busy oba tebali busy, they are not your friends. Brokers, I'm telling you, brokers have no friends. Ne bwaba tata wonka sayingira mu broker bwati taba na mukwano gwe akutomeza bakubolaba nze ba broker nze mbatya no batya. Guys, may God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow evening. Broadcast yenka saa 11 ne dakika 15 ez'olweggulu. May God bless you. Ciao.